Hello everybody, happy Sunday. Ali Sharaki here. Sorry I lost my voice. I had a cold last few days and a temperature. I brought my son to martial class, so I thought I'd just make this video while I'm waiting for him. Uh, Time to time we see images in our head. We were born as visionary being, and we see everything in our mind, and we have different channels in our mind. Most of us, we see lots of negative images from what could happen, what could go wrong. We see our child coming off course, we see ourselves being sick, we see ourselves dying early, and all these things. We need to be aware of this. As being a visionary being, your mind creates images and you have different channels in your head, but you have a choice which image you want to watch. That's a very important part. You choose which image you want to watch. Now if you keep playing the negative images, it's like you keep watching sad movies, keep listening to sad songs, of course it's going to affect you, it's affect your mood as well. So it's very important to choose the right channel for yourself and understand the negative images and the things you are thinking is not actually true and is not gonna come to pass. It's 50-50 chance. Maybe it comes, maybe it doesn't. But what happens is when you keep playing these negative images in your own head, you start feeling sad, you start feeling depressed, you lose the joy of living life. Because you keep thinking, what could go wrong? I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose this parent, I'm gonna die, instead of living for today. Now, last year I was asked to work with somebody who had terminal cancer, and when I spoke to her first time, she was thinking of her parent died early because of cancer. She knows so many people, they died because of cancer, and she had no hope of recovering from cancer, and she just gave up. That's why her son asked me to speak to her, and I've been coaching her once a week online and going meeting her. We changed the image she had in her head. Yesterday she was given all clear after 1 year, and I asked her if she can do a live with me. She said, let me feel more stronger and more better, and then I do live with you. She might come to my seminar as well, because this is a very important message she has for everybody. And she changed the image in her head to be able to overcome cancer. That's very important. She kept seeing them herself in her dream. She's in a grave, and she had a dark dress and all this stuff. I helped her with NLP and a strategic intervention to change the image she was seeing and seeing herself to a healthy, strong, overcoming, the cancer. And she was given time 6 months she's gonna live. Now it's been over a year, and she yesterday was given all clear. And that shows how the images in your head can work with your body, and how you can heal yourself even by having a positive thought. The other example I can give you is myself. When I was 9 years old, I told so many of you this, I watched this film. That's why you shouldn't let children to watch some stuff. So I saw this film, this parent, they had a disabled child, and they was struggling, always they was fighting, and the guy, he died at the age of 25. Now when I was a child at the age of 9, I kept making up stories in my head and kept having dream of me having a disabled child and me dying at the age of 25. I actually died at the age of 25. I had an accident, but not, about 2010, I had a bike accident, but luckily I was given a second chance to come back, and that changed my life and perspective of life. I realized, the images in my head are not true. Since then, I decided to change the images, and I went and I done training to learn how to change these images, because it's hard to do it by yourself. That's why I've got brain coach, I've got life coach, I've got business coach. I spend like 20% of my earning on all this training to keep me going. And now what happened is, when I was 19, I actually had a disabled child, because I kept exactly on the details of I made up in my own head, and the details of the images I was playing to myself. I actually had a disabled child. Well, still I have. And for 3 or 4 years, nobody, everybody gave up. They said she's never gonna walk, she's really bad, and she wouldn't talk, she wouldn't, pass her hearing test, until I changed the way I think. And I started looking in a positive way and positive energy to trying to pass on that energy to my daughter. Until finally, at the age of 5, she started passing her her hearing test, and then she started walking. I took her to different country, they gave her injection. When I brought it back here, the doctor was saying this is miracle, no way she can, we would have believed she's gonna walk again. But she started walking. She's not walking perfectly, but at least she stands on her 2 feet and she started walking. And that all happened because I changed the image in my head. Now my message today to you guys is this: stop playing those messages in your head. Stop keep repeating those negative images in your head. We are all having those problems, we all have those images in our head, but you have a choice which image you want to watch. If you keep playing those negative images in your head, it will become reality in your life at one point, and also until that point is going to make you depressed, it's going to make you anxious, it's going to make you feel bad, it's going to take joy away from your life, and you're not going to enjoy the moment. But you have a choice. You have to make a choice and change the channel to the things you actually enjoy, the positive side of your life. We have a ritual in our home every night. Every single person in my family, they have to actually sit down and write down 5 things they are grateful for before they go to sleep. And they have to write down what bothered them that day, and they have to just squash it and put in a bin before they go to sleep. Because if you are going to bed with those negative things happen and those negative thoughts during the day, the whole night you're going to be thinking about it. You're going to keep going over it. And when you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel miserable. Especially like thinking, oh, my business is going down, I haven't got enough people, I haven't got customer, I'm going to lose out, I'm going to lose my home, I've got to lose my child. I'm helping somebody who's got a child, troubled child, which they keep having argument with the parent, and I'm trying to build a relationship between the child and the parent, which I realized they created a triad between the child and one of the parents, which next week Sunday I'm going to be talking about that subject in my next video. Now if you like my videos, please like, share, comment. Maybe somebody in your friend list, this is going to help them, and knowing the problem and what they are going through, maybe this video is going to help them. You're not going to lose out anything. Pass on the good deed so you feel happier and better as well yourself. I'll see you next week in my next video.